I went to the Warren Elks comic book show, and I picked up some books for my LCS last week for a new comic book day. So let's check it out. Hey. Thanks for checking out my comics closet. I'm Lynn. I've got books I picked up from New Comic Book Day last Wednesday, which today is this Wednesday, and I got to go here in a little while and pick up my books. So maybe I'll put those in this video or shoot another one here later. And I've got books I picked up from the Warren Elks comic book and toy show. Well, it's just a comic book show. There are some toys though. And that's what I'm going to show. I'm going to go, I think this Sunday is the Knights Hall show. It's at the Knights of Columbus Hall in Livonia. That's always a good show. They got some good door prizes there. Get there or get your tickets. See if you can get one of those door prizes. And I don't know, there's Dawn of the Collectors, I think is the same day. That's in St. Clair Shores. So whichever side of town you're on, go to that or go to the Knights Hall. I might go to the Knights Hall. It's more comics. The Dawn of the Collectors, they got comics and some good comics, but I mean some good comic vendors. But they got a lot of toys, a lot of other types of things. And of course, then there's the next Warren Elks comic book show is coming up. I think it's February 7th. And then there's the Detroit comic book and toy show. And that's in Dearborn on April 4th. So hoping to go to that. And then there's Motor City Comic Con, which is like the middle of May. So there's all those upcoming shows. And there's also other stuff going on around here. I'm just not up on all of it. So what else do I got here? Oh, well, I was going to show these comics from my LCS, Comics Corner. But first, since we're showing new comics from New Comic Book Day, I'm going to do some dad jokes. I'm going to pull a totally embarrassing dad joke card off the top of the totally embarrassing, oops, I got two of them there, so I don't look. Totally embarrassing dad joke deck that I got for Christmas a couple years ago for my wife. I have not seen these cards. I do not know what they are. So we'll just read them and see what happens. Here we go. Why don't cheesemongers play board games? Because they don't follow the rules. Is rule of cheese? I guess so. How do you handle a dangerous cheese? Carefully. I guess careful cheese? What is the sea monster's favorite food? Fish and chips. Kind of good. Where does that go? All right. So, all right, let's check out these books I got. Oops, I'm gonna put this over here. Set them in. They don't pile up all over my bench here. These all? Oh, these are all same thing. Advertisements on the back that have Comics Corner. Got to keep one available. So I have this all the time. So yeah, these are books I picked up from Comics Corner last week. I don't know what the date was. What's the date today? Like the 13th. So it's probably what, the 7th or something. Yeah, it was the 7th. First New Comic Book Day, right? Or second New Comic Book Day of the year. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm confused. I don't have my calendar anymore. I got to go get a new calendar. I'll explain that though in a few minutes. So anyway, first thing I picked up there was, of course, these are on the desk, which is, or at least at the counter, is DC Connect, which of course is Superman, Spider-Man crossover thing's really big right now. It's the big treasury-sized book, I believe, and they've got one, I think, with the original cover of Superman and Spider-Man, and then they got one with the same cover, but I think it's done by Alex Ross. And I didn't get one. I remember looking at it when I was a kid, but I'm not that big into, Superman or DC. Oh, I got two of these. Oh, because usually I put what's on the back here. But these are for March. You can order what's coming up in these March. Oh, these are Disconnect, DC Connect, Next Level. So it looks like it might be a game or something. No. Lobo 1, Batwoman 1, and Deathstroke the Terminator #1. So All right, and then this is LD, Comics Entertainment Monthly. It says catalog for January 2026. This has, the company called Comics Entertainment, LD Comics, LD Dark, Top Shelf, Valiant, and Alien Books. So anyway, that's just, it's a pre-order catalog, similar to the Comic Connect and Marvel previews, which, I thought it was next, but no, I got this. Oh no, okay, that's something different. So, and then I also got this one. I don't know what's on the back of this. Do we care? I don't know. I got this one, which is Dynamite Dispatches, monthly catalog, titles in stores and merch. And this has got Thundercats 25 on the front. Oh, and then this is the one that has Disney villains, Gaston on the back here. So, that's all the preview stuff, advertisement stuff you can look into. Go pick them up at your local store if you want to pre-order. I've never really done any pre-ordering. A lot of times there's something big coming up. They will put it in on their Instagram page for Comics Corner. And you can just go right on your Instagram page and say, hey, throw that in my box. I think they did that for Superman Spider-Man, but I didn't get one. I got plenty of stuff. So anyway, the first book that was in my pull box is this Venom, number 253. He's fighting, Madam Mask, I forget her name now. Iron Man villain, I think, mostly. And then this is Spider-Man Noir, number 4. So, this must be The Amazing Spider-Man, number 19. He's climbing out of that helmet. That's Ares God of War helmet, or who that is for sure. I'm not up on my new Spider-Man stuff. I haven't read much of it lately. And now here we go. I put this one in a kind of a Mylar here. It's the BCW Mylars. Wolverine number 14 in the sights of Silver Sable. But I thought that was a cool cover. Great Wolverine cover. Does it say who drew this? I was looking. Ahmed. Oh, it says Panosian. Oh, for the cover anyway. That's right. It's a great cover. Looks cool Wolverine. Oh, and then this is X-Men 23. Shadows of Tomorrow, Age of Revelation Epilogue. So, if anybody's into that, X-Men stuff. And then that's everything that's Marvel that was in my pull box. I think this is the only book that I get that's not Marvel or Image. This is Dark Horse Comics, Hellboy. Well, he's in the belly of the beast there, right? It looks like the story that they're putting on there, like Jonah and the Whale, or well, it wasn't a whale, it was Jonah and the Leviathan. Anyway, that was Dark Horse, and now I have my Image books. This is The Scorched, number 47. Oh, this says cover A, which is usually what they put in my pull box. Cover A. I have grabbed some of the other variants, but I didn't this time. And then this, I think, is the last one. It was in my pull box. Another Image title called The Walking Dead Deluxe. I think this is 128. Got small writing on there. I didn't want to get my magnifying glass out, but I could. And then I just grabbed this one book from the Discerning Reader Rack, and that's this Devil on My Shoulder, which is another Dark Horse book. It's got a cool looking cover. I don't know exactly what it is. Kid sitting there with looks like some kind of a ghosty demon looking thing on his shoulder, looking over his shoulder. That looks like a whole pile of the skulls behind him. So that looks interesting. You know, this is issue 2. I don't think I have issue 1 because I don't remember seeing this book, but I'm going to see if I can find it because that looked kind of cool. Got a great cover. So that was everything from Comics Corner, my LCS, and Rochester Hills, of course. And like I say, you can go check out Their comic collectors club, where you get 25% off all your new comics. I think you get discounts on a lot of other stuff in the store. So I also put up some more number ones, because I know in the last two videos I've been showing number one issues because of the first of the new year. And I thought I ran out, and I didn't want to make the videos too long. So I stopped. This has all got number one slabs, and I got more number one slabs up there. Actually, this is full of all number ones from various publishers. So in my next video, I'll talk about these. And I may set up, I've got a couple different boxes of just number ones. So I may set up and just, I'll pull them, just so we can do a quick glance through the boxes. I'll see how many of my boxes full of number ones I can pull out. And so the next video, we'll just check them out and maybe show my new comics that I'm going to go pick up here in a little while. So, with that, I went to the Warren Elks comic book show last Saturday, which was what, the 10th, right? Yeah, January 10th. So, I picked up a few books here. First, I didn't shoot a whole lot of video. I just did a quick scan around just to show some comics. So anyway, let's check out the video from that show and then come back and we'll check out these books I picked up. So, here we go. That's always a good show. Okay, a lot of the same people at the same place, but a lot of them had new stuff. I did pick up, well, I picked up these books, which actually were the last ones I picked up, but there's only 3. So I was going to show these first. I picked these up from Travis Morse Comic Stash. And, well, this last one's the one I was really wanting to look for, but, well, I'll show that first. Because this is what I saw, and it's Army of Darkness number 4, Army of Darkness 1979, but it's an homage to ASM 300, and I've got a bunch of those different types of homages to ASM 300 and to, you know, adjectiveless Spider-Man 1. So if I see these, something different, I've never seen that before, black and white, it's got crazy backboard on it. I don't know what to say here. Dynamite Comics, Army of Darkness 1979, Jamie Biggs, Todd McFarlane's Amazing Spider-Man 300 homage black and white version. Issue 4, December 2021, $20. But it had $10 on it, and I think, I forget what he charged me for it. It had $10 on it, and I know he didn't charge me full. He gave me a little bit of a break on these 3 books. Because this one I also got, which is a $10 book, and it is Marvel Team Up, number 12, with Spider-Man and the Werewolf. Which I think that's Werewolf by Night, but they didn't really. Yeah, that is Werewolf by Night. So, and then, actually, I was looking through and found this. This is a really cool book. It's in a nice Mylar already. There's Amazing Spider-Man 76. The Lizard Lives. And I like the Lizard. I always loved the Lizard. You know, he was a great villain for Spider-Man. Similar, you know, trying to cure himself and everything. And this is a cool cover. I think it's a little bit miscut. It's cut pretty close up here to the top, which is similar to my, I think it's 78, right? The Prowler, first Prowler. I've got one of those I've had for a long time, but it's the same thing. It's miscut at the top, and you can see a little bit of a white band at the bottom because it got cut so close. You know, but anyway, so there's those 3 books I got from Travis. So I appreciate that. He always gives me a good deal. Got great books. Now these I got from Scott Barnum of Blue Rack Comics. And these were, actually had about $5 boxes, which is what I was going through here. And then there were a couple that were even less than that. This is Marvel 2-in-1 presents Thing Alone Against the Mystery Menace. It says, my sweetheart might kill her. Unless he's fighting Alicia. I don't know. Maybe she got Daredevil powers. Oh, I don't know what that one is for sure. But it's a great Thing cover. No, it's a spider. I don't know. I got to check that one out. And I got another Marvel 2-in-1. Which one was that? Oh, 31. Well, this is Marvel 2-in-1 number 20. The Thing and the Liberty Legion. And I just kind of went through here because there was a whole bunch of Marvel and 2-in-1s. I tried to get the ones with the cool Thing covers to put in my cool Thing cover box. Okay, now this one is Marvel 2-in-1 number 69. The Thing battles the Guardians of the Galaxy. But these are the original Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, the ones, you know, before they had Star-Lord. These are from Guardians of the Galaxy from the 30th century or whatever. So, there's those. And then I grabbed this one, which I thought was really cool. It's what actually started me looking. It was this Fantastic Four 275. Hey, guys, what's big and green and has a staple in her navel? It's, of course, Stan Lee on the cover. Talking about She-Hulk. I think that's the first time She-Hulk. Maybe when she first came into the Fantastic Four. I may have that book. I'm not sure, but it's in great shape. It was really nice looking, and for $5. Yeah, because these now, I think, were only $3. Which this one's pretty beat up. The spine looks filthy. But it is Star Wars number 5. I know I have 1, 2, and 3. I think like 1 I have a regular reprint and then a Whitman reprint. 2 I think I have a regular reprint and a Whitman reprint. And then 3 I think is the original volume 1 and a Whitman reprint. Oh, and then this one I got is Fantastic Four 330, which is just a great Doom cover. It's got like the Kirby crackle around him, and you know, and I'm putting great Doom covers in in my thing box until it fills up. I don't have a Doom box. And then this is also a $3 book, which is The Amazing Spider-Man 197. It's a little beat up, like I say, mid to low grade, but I'm fine with that. I'm just trying to build the whole collection. Like, you know, I may upgrade a few of them. I got some that are in bad shape, real bad shape. And then I bought this, which was one of the ones I thought was the coolest that I found. I just bought Metamorpho 1 the other day, and I've got another Metamorpho 1, and I've got, well, The Brave and the Bold is what this is. Brave and the Bold presents Metamorpho, which is where he first appeared. And this is Brave and the Bold number 58, which, okay, here we go on the back. Brave and the Bold 1955 series. This is number 58. Fine plus condition. They got a little grading chart on the back here. Fine plus, Overstreet Guide condition, 49th edition of Overstreet Guide. Fine plus condition, this book should be worth $43.66, it says. Got $25 on it. I think he gave me a little bit of a break on it. So, second appearance of Metamorpho, who was one of my favorite DC characters when I was a kid. Because he's pretty offbeat, you know. So, there's that. Oh, let me put him back up here. And I got one more little batch. Boom. Boom. There we go. These I picked up from Jamie Stewart at Fat Daddy's Comics. He's always got great books, and they were in great shape and great prices. So, okay, actually I picked these up last from him, but I always look at the back of the Fantastic Four box. A lot of times you'll find these Fantasy Masterpieces. This is Fantasy Masterpiece number 13, starring the Silver Surfer, which is the second to the last issue of this series, the Fantasy Masterpiece, because there's only 14. The original series, there's 18. But the Fantasy Masterpiece, they only printed up to 14. And that's 13, right? Yeah, the Doomsday Man. And then there's, this is Fantasy Masterpiece 10. And then this is Fantasy Masterpiece 9. And there's Fantasy Masterpiece 8. And then Fantasy Masterpiece number 6. And they're all in really great shape. They all have $10 each on them. So if you can find these books in good shape for $10, I mean, if you like Silver Surfer and you can't get the originals, which I have a full set of the originals, but only one of the big books, 1, 3, and 4. But I have several of all the others. And I have several of all these. I keep grabbing them. I hope that's going to be a big seller when I get my booth set up. So, now I also got, well, 4 more here. There's another Marvel 2-in-1, number 5. It also has $10 on it. The Thing versus the Hulk, which is, it's a great cover. They're both in, like, stasis, being held by I think it's the Collector, right? I think he's supposed to be the Collector there. Not sure. And then we have amazing, these are my better books here I got. You know what, let's do it this way. Amazing Spider-Man number 214. Spidey and the Submariner fight side by side against the Frightful Four. So, And then I have Amazing Spider-Man number 213. Spider-Man's fighting the the spider slayers, the robot spiders. And then, last but not least, I have this Amazing Spider-Man 192. Prime for Doomsday. 24 hours to Doomsday. So, there it is. That's all the books I picked up at the show. Actually, my daughter came over. I think it was the day before the show, maybe. But anyway, because she didn't get to come over, I didn't see her for Christmas. So she got me a gift, which it's kind of crazy. I've never seen anything like this, but she had just got back just before Christmas. Her and her husband went to Morocco. And actually, she bought me this, which this was from home. But this is just a big headlight, very bright headlight, which I think is supposed to make the deer blood show up when you're tracking deer, like at night after you shoot one. That's supposed to help, and it looks like it will. Very bright. But she bought me this, which is from some vendor in Marrakesh, Morocco. And I guess she asked the guy if he knew, well, if he could do comic book stuff. And she asked if he knew who Spider-Man was, and that's what he made. Which I guess he spelled Spider-Man. I guess maybe that's Spider-Man in Moroccan, unless he signed it. I don't see any kind of a sign, but anyway, that's what he drew for Spider-Man. And she brought it back from Morocco and gave it to me the other day. I'm some kind of a piece of metal. It just got a hole. I don't know what you paid for it, but it looked like they had a great trip. I mean, Morocco, that's crazy. They were out in the desert riding camels and eating at local villages. So it was really cool. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here and head out to my LCS and pick up my new books. So I'd appreciate if you'd like, comment, share, and subscribe. You need to contact me, you can go to my Instagram page, direct message me there. Same name as my YouTube channel, My Comics Closet. Or you can email me at mi.comicscloset, comics with an X, closet, one word, mi.comicscloset@gmail.com. So, see anything you're interested in, anything you got to have, or if you're going to be coming to any of the local shows, or know of any local shows coming up that I'm not talking about, let me know. Comment down below. Say what you say. Let me know what you think. So keep coming back here to My Comics Closet, where we bring comics and comic collecting right out of the closet. So, thank you.